Hey guys, good evening. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yeah, skip right in it. Hope y'all doing great. But yeah, I was thinking about that. People be saying that I go too deep or I be worried about stuff too much or um, it's not that serious, stuff like that. But how many people coming up missing, killed, you know what I'm saying? Tortured, can't find their bodies, next door neighbor, I'm not saying everybody next door neighbor, have your children or you in their basement, in their walls, and you know what I'm saying? So I was just thinking, I said, okay, how well do people really want to know their partner? How well do you want to get off into knowing your partner? Okay, I put serial killer, psychopath, narcissist, cannibalist. Do you know if your partner eats humans? You know what I'm saying? Do you know if he has a play? Remember the movie? I mentioned that before. Um, with Halle Berry, Gothica. She didn't know she was married to a man who tortures women, tortures young girls, rape them and torture them. Okay, till a young girl came back and showed her. She had to go through all the drama for his mistakes to expose him. Okay, and then you got serial killers, most charming people in the world. What's his name? Jack the Ripper, handsome as ever. I know somebody from the old neighborhood. I mean, the boy was handsome, baby. I don't know why he wanted to rape. He was going in. He was scoping out women who had young girls and with no man, with no dads around, sneaking in their windows, raping the 13-year-old girls. Of course, he got he got electrocuted. And, he got caught eventually. But how many lives did he ruin at that time? Didn't have to, because anybody would drop their drawers for him. But it's like men and women. It's like, how deep do you want to go knowing the person? You know, and that's why I'm glad I started off with astrology first, because and the birth chart, because that I started doing that first before I even started doing this, because of the tarot, because now I had to find out who I was, and still searching myself, still looking on, and studying my chart, and knowing how important it is to just know the sign of the person, and also what house caused them to do what. I remember I was when I was growing up, I was dating a guy. I don't know if I mentioned it before, and he liked it, the point of raping. He liked it, even though women was gonna give it up to him, but he liked it, the torture of it all. He was the neighborhood rapist, and everybody knew it. I didn't know it, but they were surprised that my relationship with his was different. And a girlfriend of mine, she stopped being friends with me. She happened to decided that she was going to talk to him, and she told me he wanted to take her to a motel. He had just asked me to be his lady, and I told him I was going to think about it because I was a virgin, and he knew that. Blah blah blah. So she decided, well, she came and told me boldly, we like each other, and he want to talk to me, and we finna go to a motel now. We gonna be together. And, I thought me and her was like this, but anyway. So I'm looking. I'm like, wow. I'm telling her, I thought you was my friend. You mean to tell how I feel about him, and you know how you feel about me, because you riding him. That's why you don't bring everybody with you, right? Don't bring everybody with you and your man. Well, he wasn't my man, but he would take us places, pick us up, all that kind of stuff. So, so that night after they went to the motel or whatever, she was willing to give it up. There was gonna be a problem, but she didn't understand who he was because he didn't do that to me. So I didn't have that story to tell her. So he raped her. He liked the torture and everything of it all, right? But she didn't. She didn't know what she was getting off into. So the next day was the next day. No, That same night, late that night, I think it was, she came knocking on my door, mad and frantic, and telling me why did I tell her that's the way he was. And I'm like, what you talking about? And she's like, yeah, telling me what happened, blame it on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how you gonna blame that on me when you decide to do what you did? You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that happened to you, but she stopped being my friend from that point. You know what I'm saying? But who, I mean, how deep do you want to go in knowing your partner? How deep do you want to go? That's why I was hesitating, because I knew his history, you know, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go that deep with him at all, and I've had narrow escapes that he didn't pull that on me, at all. I don't know if his mind was like, maybe he gave me more respect because I was a very, people have different mindsets of how they think. They are brought up or taught. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what bloodline they from. So his mind was the virgin. She needs to be treated this way, and the one that's not a virgin need to be treated this way. You don't know the mindset of people. But anyway, it says, how deep do you want to go in a relationship? Is it surface for lust, position, control, or the real, or do you want the real unconditional love, where you really get to know who you say you care about, and a two-way street. You know what I'm saying? From first dating and talking, so studying each other, their hurts and everything. I mean, you're not probably gonna do that the first date, but it's good to date, and dating requires no sex, not even kissing, really. You know what I'm saying? Really getting to know each other, see if you fit, because you don't know where that person mouth been, and they don't know where yours been. They don't know where your body been or what you got in your body, what's going on. You don't know the person. And then, of course, they can lie about the birthday. They can lie about all of that kind of stuff. But things you have to find out. Do you know him? Is it somebody you just met? Do other people know him? Do they know if he lying, he or she? You know what I'm saying? Uh, from the first date and then taking, so study each other, okay, hurts, and then, okay, as you get to knowing it, okay, say y'all meet and y'all like each other, okay, you're gonna go to the second date. So maybe y'all talk on the phone in between that time, taking out time or texting or whatever it may be. So you knowing each other on that point, and whatever. Um, a partner who is working on themselves and you. So they tell you, you know, well, you might not want to tell them all about the things that hurt you. I would suggest the things that you're working on yourself, like I said about yourself, not what somebody did to you who didn't know you, or the mistakes you made that you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You can't be blamed for the things you didn't know in the relationships that you chose, you know, and now you know better. So now you know how you're trying to work on how to get that out of you, so you can be ready for something that's unconditional love, not controlling love. You know, um, sharing parts of yourself with each other, even your dark thoughts. Okay, that's more later on in a relationship. So now you kind of like surface with the person, the sign, your birthday. You tell him about his chart, he tell him about your chart. Y'all studying each other. I'm just saying, I really don't have to go that deep, but we got to open our eyes. Something is happening every day in relationships. I mentioned on my last video did about going with partners, and being targeted. That's why I said about dads. They're going on, if you look at my other video, you'll see that how why I said that about the dads. How it's very important that a man played a role in their kids' lives. So they're targeting women with children. So anyway, I might just look at these herbs. I'm always getting herbs in my fingernails. Yeah. And then I was telling when I told y'all about the movie, I still see you. I can't find my card, matter of fact, and I see that they're charging now to see to look at that movie. Ain't that something? But it first started off telling you about radiation, and I tell people about different things that they say for help with radiation, the clothes that you can wear, potassium, sunscreen, lead, radiation, monitors, has different copper, different things, concrete, you know, wearing just gold around your neck. Excuse me. But it starts off with that, and then it starts off with why the ghosts, so-called ghosts, are still here, and that has to do with, to me, about the changing of who's ever in charge of when they decide to get rid of people, and the radiation is to get rid of people. Let's not be stupid and dumb about this. Okay, they're ready for something new. They're ready to go into another cycle that's has been repeated before, and bring down other people, whatever soul, whatever you want to call souls or whatever it is, that they can program again. So they're doing things to get rid of certain people's, bloodlines, certain whatever, for whatever new they're fixing to go through. I mean, if you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you. It has been done before. Why you think you got plenty man? It's not all of it. Plenty of things they can't find different people. They can't find different stuff. Some of them knew how to get out of here. Okay, some of them knew what they needed to do. They kept researching. They kept trying to find things, and people telling them you're going too deep. You shouldn't do this. I remember Pastor used to tell us, "Don't read Revelations because you won't understand it. Wait till I get to that part." You know, why would you tell somebody that when it's simple? It's just a matter of you opening your mind and realizing what it's saying. Being studying and going deep within it. But yeah. So anyway, let me see what else I got. Even when you dark thoughts, sharing that so y'all can figure out where it's coming from. So astrology can help with that. Build a bond, whether if you're separated in some way, you're still connected. Are you willing to put in the work? So if that's your partner and you really care about that person, are you willing to put in the work? And that goes to deep. And that's sharing with your partner those thoughts, figuring out why you got that thought. What bloodline cross your bloodline, or what bloodline you from. Are you willing to go that deep with the partner? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to dig inside? Otherwise it's just surface. Are you willing to just keep a surface relationship? you know um his hurts, the sicknesses, you being there, you digging deep, what happened, this or that. Okay, so many things are happening in the world, and possibilities. You can get possibilities. You can get separated and from your children. Okay, so now we know that different things happen, and we getting people getting separated. Some people have not found their mates yet. They're separated. Do y'all have that bond where y'all talking in the head, warning each other, boosting that person up from where they at? And do you feel like they're gone? You know what I'm saying? Do you know the difference? Are they deceased and talking to you, or have the feeling that they're alive? Because people have had that, and their partner was alive. People have that, and their partner was gone. I mean, it's like, what kind of bond are you actually looking for? You know. Um, yeah. Are you teaching? Okay, so you could get separated from your children. Are you doing that with your children? What kind of bond you want with your children and loved ones? Are you teaching each other and how to survive without each other, and talking from wherever you are giving each other, talking about the telecommunication and all that information, because it's real. Okay, bigger than life. You know what I'm saying? So every what's your agenda? You have to really ask yourself, what's your agenda going into the relationship? What are you looking for? Now, if you just want to stay on the surface and you just want to be able to show off with other people how much stuff you got, and that person feel that same way, and both of y'all like to show off and have the perfect everything, and just to show off with the neighbors next door, and they competing against y'all, and y'all like that kind of life. I ain't talking about y'all. Y'all like that, I like it. Whatever you like, I like. But I'm talking about the ones who don't want that. You want somebody who, whether you got it or not, because these days you don't know what may happen right around the corner. Is you gonna run to somebody who, okay, say for instance, y'all have y'all home, y'all doing good, then all of a sudden something happen and you lose it all. Will he go to Sally across the street or Jordan down the street or whatever it is and leave you alone? What kind of relationship do you have? You know what I'm saying? So that requires some work, and a lot of people don't want to put in the work. That's why a lot of people do prefer to be to themselves, or they prefer to themselves, or just wait and not be with any partner. It's not that they hurting from last relationships. It's the point that they know that who they're meeting is not going to put in the work. They can tell from the surface. You know what I'm saying? How the person is coming into them. How are they coming towards them? You know. And I hear a lot of people talking about, well, they're going to come in with sexual, but they really want to be with you. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh no. So you're gonna bring me out, okay? Then I don't know if you cleanse your body out. I'm trying to do myself as well. You respect your body. It's demons from other partners. Have you cleaned that out of your system? You know what I'm saying? Your medical report, the whole nine yards. People say I go too deep, but I've learned a lot being here. And made a lot of mistakes. And I'm trying to correct those mistakes. I'm trying to take it easy, take time, and get to know myself first of all. That's why if y'all hear me, people asking me questions about relationship, I try to get off into them realizing who they are first and foremost. Who you are, what matters first, before asking for somebody back. What are you doing within yourself? And did you cause it or whatever, realizing, or if the person is gone now, what do you need to be doing for you instead of running to get that person back? Why were you separated from that person at that point? What is the learning lesson in what you need to go through while that person is gone? So if it's meant for y'all to get back together, and that person learned that maybe they had to go off somewhere to learn how to love you better, and as you should have been doing the same thing instead of coming back and had the blame game, and then it ends up in a whole war, and then you starting all over again. It's worse than it was before. So I always ask what you need to be doing. And I know people don't like that I do that, but it makes sense. You know, um, sometimes they'll separate you because it's maybe you and I going on your path, and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing here because you're too distracted. You're too into that relationship, whether it be lust, whether it be how good they look, whether they be did everything for you, took care of you, stuff like that. Maybe it's time for you to stand on your feet in order for you to be with this partner, or to realize that's not your partner. You know what I'm saying? Either way, maybe that person realized, wait a minute, you're not my partner, and they decide to move on. Here you go, want somebody to tell you or help you get that person back, and doing things to keep that person, you know, and that's not who you're supposed to be with. So you wasting your time as well as you wasting his time. You're supposed to be with somebody else, supposed to lift you up, and they supposed to be with somebody else, but you trying to keep that facade, you know, and their way of living, whatever, and then you end up getting sickly, things happening, and you wondering why people getting so many things happening to them because you're supposed to be on another level. Now that's something that you need to know, for yourself. This is why I talk about a team, as well as just saying that. You can see who is real and fake, and if you're not chasing materialism, and know that it comes and goes, and not being afraid when this happens, doing anything or even going back to something or one you shouldn't have. Otherwise, you stay stuck, being lazy, and want to do the work, you know what I'm saying, and staying comfortable in your comfort zone. Okay, so that person pass away, and maybe you're depending on insurance money, or you're depending on getting the was it SSI, whatever, every month. What if they don't have enough credits in there? You know what I'm saying? What if something happens and you can't depend on that? I mean, people stay for so many reasons. That's why I don't like to talk about going back and forth, staying. Okay, that's it. Okay. 'Cause, say 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 it. Okay. 'Cause, You only get trapped if you have the wrong agenda, worried about what others say or doing that's supposed to have nothing to do with your life, but you make it that way. Okay. Why would someone tell you to take someone back if they have did you wrong, abuse in some sort of way, whether you love them or they love you in a sick sort of way? Okay. Because if somebody really care, they're not going to do that. Okay. They're going to be working on themselves and you're going to be working on yourself. I think the ones that tell you stick such things have an agenda and it ain't about you. They secretly don't care or maybe don't know. They haven't did the work on themselves. So how could you let them make that decision for you? I would turn it back to you to make that decision by asking you questions. Let's just talk about that, right? So don't ask me if you want a simple answer because I'm not gonna make it simple because I've always been like that. I can't help it. That's what I came here to do. I mean, or be told what to do. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. That's control again. You back being a slave. You know. I won't do that. I don't do that to myself or my family. My kids will tell you. I make sure that they make the right decisions to themselves. Okay. And I tell them everything, and sometimes they say I overloaded. But now, when things start happening, then they'll say, "Oh, Mama told me blah blah blah," so now I know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like my baby girl, she works with a couple of people and stuff, and she's noticing that for some reason they wants to be, and they're not that close because she know they deceptive, right? But they don't think she do because she quiet. They don't think she knows. So people who quiet, people think you're stupid and dumb, right? So she's noticing that if she cross a pole, go around the pole, they go around the pole. So they wants to be all up on her, and it's like we're not even close like that. Why would you want to do that? So what are you trying to steal? I told her, I said, what are they trying to steal from you? So you're an empath, and you're from a family of healers. So what are they trying to take from you? You know what I'm saying? So you have to realize that too. So, just watching your surroundings, and she's watching it from things that I've told her and showed her. Look at that. I just did it again. Eh, I can't help it. Whatever. Whatever, man. But yeah. So just kind of like paying attention, what that person always in your face, always trying to mimic you, always been around. You got to question that person. So, yeah, that's why some people want to learn, but don't want them to turn into you. Some people can take what you say and they can bring it further to a different audience and they can express it in their way, which is cool. And so everybody gets to learn. But for the ones that, start dressing like you, start acting like you know what I'm saying? Start walking, you know what I'm saying? Start wanting to be like they want to sit on your lap almost, you know what I'm saying, and become you, then you have to be questioning that, you know what I'm saying? That's the wrong circle you in. Many project off of you. So if you're the same, then listen to them. But if not, check out the behaviors and what is being said and repeat it, and the wishy-washy things they say. So that's another thing. You talking to somebody about something, or you got a project or whatever, and they really don't know what they're talking about. Wait a minute. Or take your words and they twist it around so they can make people still do what they want them to do, to be dependent on you, dependent on them, twisting people's lives, but taking what you say as like you helping, or like they helping, and they actually not helping them. They still keeping it under their agenda. You know what I'm saying? To keep control, to keep finances coming back, to keep fooling people. So they undercover narcissists. So you have to recognize that in a person. You can't do anything about that, but the creators and everything see this done. Eventually, that person will get served. But it's just like you got to recognize that so you know whether to have that person around in your life or not, because their energy is not good. So you don't know who really they are or their bloodline. Because anybody who know who they are and has a good bloodline, they're not going to take what you say and go and try to twist the people and fool the people to make it like they actually help, and then turn around and twist it and make the people still be under their subject. You know what I'm saying? Because they could have like Greek, Roman blood. You know what I'm saying? They could have one of the controllers, the control bloodlines. Um, some one day they're another. Yeah, one day then one way and one day then the other way. I'm telling you one thing, those go ahead and do this and blah blah this, and they help you. The next day I'm telling you, now come on back and do this. You're not right. It's like you keep wishy washing a person. That's like a lot. Like now we are going through the retrograde and we're going through the Mercury and all the things that's happening with the planets. And then we got the government adding their things. You got other things adding their things. And instead of you moving forward to keep on knowing who you are, fear comes. Okay, and that was meant to come. And then you get scared and you start running back. You know what I'm saying? And then and you already know that's not where you're supposed to be, but you let fear take over. So you go back, and that's like going back into slavery or back into whatever under somebody's subject, and you know that's not where you're supposed to be. You're going back into the lion's den again. So now you're going to go back and you're going to ignore all the things that you learn now, and you're going to put that under the rug, and you're just going to follow the order, you know and then what's going to happen then, you know um should you go back just because someone abused you, or should you get prepared in case they come at you to kill and hurt you? So maybe that's could be finna happen. You never know. Think about that, and could set you up in some sort of way if you have people around you that are jealous, no real people. So now you got fear that then said some things to make you scared. You're not supposed to be scared of anything. You're not supposed to be worshiping anything. You're supposed to thank everything. I'm grateful that you helped me. I appreciate that because I'm helping you, whether seen or unseen. I'm helping you and you helping me. You know what I'm saying? Before I knew how to help myself, you showed me. So I'm grateful for what you did. You know what I'm saying? The most of people who know had feelings with ever since they came here. Read about people who are sick and how easy it was for them to kill, rape, etc. Eat people. Uh, yeah, that goes back to going back into the lines then. Okay, you already know you graduated from that. You get like they say, higher levels, higher devils. You should already expect that. Okay, things gonna happen. You're gonna be up and down. I explained to y'all about the prophet say she up and down, up and down. But if you on a mission for the right thing to actually help, then that's not gonna bother you. You know, yeah, you make your family stronger as well. Okay, because you already know that the attack is gonna come, right? Um, don't ignore your feelings telling you to put your guard down. Then they want your guard down. Then what's gonna happen then? You know, all kind of stuff gonna happen then. You put your guard down, you done went back. See, this not the time to go back. It's tempting because stuff gonna come at you all kind of ways. I mean, it's not determined where your next spot may be or whatever. But if you got an agenda, I mean, you got a mission, and and you visualize it and you create it and you know how to rebuke and you know how to, what I'm saying, return the sender, and you know how to still be strong no matter what, and you preparing. They got survival things they show you about all that. You preparing for all of that stuff, then you're not worried about what's gonna come at you. You know what I'm saying? You expect it to come at you. um, then your babies, child molesters, who are you putting in your life? And then they come and control you because you didn't got your guard down, so you turning against your own child. But then, like we always talked about, karmics having babies from somebody, and they don't really care about their child. So it don't matter who comes in there and make them corrupt the child because they didn't care about their baby in the first place. They was only having a baby to keep whoever it was, and whoever it was learned their lesson, so they left. And some of them abandoned the baby as well, so now the baby suffers, you know. Satisfy yourself so you won't go into a relationship lustful and then it explode in your face. That goes to if you're not a virgin, you know you're gonna get these things. That's why I was telling my daughter, when you start going on dates and stuff, why don't you vibrate her or satisfy yourself? And men as well, jack off whatever you need to do because you don't know that person and you could go into bed. That's what Ross and Bob was talking about. Pharaoh was talking about certain herbs or roses, whatever you can put around you so you won't make the mistakes when you go out and have some fun and you end up having unwanted, unprotected sex. And then you end up with a whole bunch of problems. Same thing. So you end up, that way you're not lustful. And that way, unless you just got a high drive of sex, you know what I'm saying? You need to handle that because something ain't right. And and then you can enjoy if that person not pressuring you or anything. You can enjoy the day because you're supposed to be getting to know each other. You could actually talk. You know what I'm saying? You're not looking at them lustfully. You know, even if you have a lot of partners, believe me, or more really want you. Okay, say for instance, you're a player and you have another partner, you have Susie on Wednesday, Jack on whatever. Believe me, two or three of them people really want you. So they're gonna be doing things to make sure that they come back and eliminating other people. And you're gonna have different ones falling off and you don't know why. Because certain ones want you. Don't fool yourself. You might have how many you think you have in place, but two or three of them really want you. And they're gonna be fighting against the other ones and making sure they're doing things to you too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Then putting st spiritual demons in you, calling on whoever they need to call on to make sure you pick them. Getting your mindset. I told you about the lady I grew up with, and she had always going to get voodoo hoodoo on the young guy she was with to make sure if he when it wears off, she went back and repeated it. I mean, keeping you stuck, sex, money, mind, knowing what to offer you, what to say, what to do, stuff like that. When I was younger, I had an older guy. He was making sure I had everything I wanted. I couldn't even drive, and I would get his car on the weekend, different stuff like that. But when no sex was involved. It's just, I enjoyed the company. He was taught me a lot of things and stuff like that. But his intentions was for me to be with him, right? But I just didn't feel that. I didn't feel that for that person, and I don't feel like even today that I missed out on anything. He happened to marry somebody my age, and they're doing good. And he mentioned to me one time, well, this could have been you because they got a lot of material stuff, but it wasn't me. I said it just wasn't me. You have to know. And like I told him, I said I didn't use you. You decided to do these things for me and I gave you my time. I mean, that might sound weird or whatever to y'all, but I'm just being real. And I appreciate him, and I never swayed him off. I never tempted him in any type of way. I never did any of those things. Or doing this behind your mate's life, you playing with their life. Sneaking around from somebody, you playing with people's lives, and that's why some people coming up missing. You bringing them things and you doing stuff like one lady, she drove over the guy, whatever, or did something to the guy, and she hits another guy because he just told her he had AIDS, and then that means she got it, and she hadn't. He gave it to her from him messing around. He didn't tell her he was gay or messing around over her or something. And now she's got to. You just ruined her life or his life or whatever the deal is. No, mm-mm. That's not right. That's not how you're supposed to be doing a thing, and that's why a lot of people are coming up missing. I'm just being real, you know, and pretending to turn somebody out, or they not respecting their boundaries, and then raping. I had one girl tell me that they got her drunk, put something. She thought it was up friends. They were all having a girl. These are ladies. They were all having a nice time drinking or whatever, but she had the feeling. So can't keep ignoring your gut feeling. If you feel like somebody cares or wants you or sexually or whatever like that, I don't care who, man, woman, whatever the deal is, same sex, and you feel like you shouldn't be around them by yourself, and you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you can't keep ignoring your gut and throwing that stuff underneath the table. So she already had the feeling, but she ignored it, you know. So they put something in the drink, and they supposed to be her cool bone friends. Next thing she know, she wake up, all of them done had her, you know. So, and those are women. So you gotta open your eyes, and you gotta see what's really going on. I was gonna talk about that movie I Still See You. I hope y'all got a chance to see it because I see they have made people pay for it to see the movie now. And they were talking about spectral transfer, and that's what I believe what's been happening to a lot of people who have really nice shapes. Not everybody, don't have to be. Okay, say for instance, somebody really loved their partner, right? And that partner got sick for some type of reason, and they partner passed away. And the rules of sacred transfer, they even took that off. I can't even find that anymore. It's called it's not just necromancy. Necromancy is different, but this one is you are these are humans doing this. By the way, you could take within a year's time. That's why I think they made up the coffins and putting them in the graveyard because they don't want you to do this. But if you notice, some people don't report their partners deceased for days or weeks. So they can take their partner that passed away, find someone who has the same birth date as their partner, born on the same date, the same time. And what they do is they pretend like they like that person and they start dating that person or whatever. And the whole time they want that person's body. People don't believe this true. I don't know how because we this been recycled and did all so many times. My left eye is just jumping. And so they eventually find a way to get you vulnerable and trusting in them because they know they're on a time schedule, keeping that person spirit or whatever how they keep it, and eventually they have to kill you, choke you or whatever, and transfer that person's whatever words need to be said. Remember the Chucky when he did whatever Chucky Bride or whatever, and he transferred the bodies into Chucky and into the girl. You know, those are rituals that they do. And a human could do this and put their wife or husband into that your body and you gone wherever. That's part of the ghost or whatever that the others that be around. You roaming around, but somebody else in your body, and now they got your body, a fresh body, took care of yourself, healthy, strong, and then they done put their partner inside your body and they gone on happy as can be. And if something happened to that one, they're gonna do the same thing, hopefully, if that person care about them. I mean not hopefully, I'm just saying that's wrong to do, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying if that person loved them the same, you know. But it's like you don't know what's going on. Like somebody was mentioning about brain transferring the brain, they've been doing that. They mentioned that they took a lot of things off of Google. But they've been when I first started, I found so much stuff. They've been doing that brain transfer. That's not nothing new, you know. They're to trick people, you know. Take another culture's brain, put it in a culture that they need to dominate or to steer that other culture wrong. That's why they got the freezing, freeze that person's body. They brilliant. They have been taught from the best. Okay, freeze that person's body till they accomplish their goal, and then when they accomplish their goal, corrupt the certain people, get them to follow whatever they want the agenda to be able to capture or take control, and then you might not never see that person again. And then when they do transfer that back, and say for instance they put, you could find a person body dead because they didn't took that out. You find body parts, they take body parts out of the body all the time. You think they ain't taking the brain too? Come on now. Yeah. And that can be in any culture. You don't know who the enemy is. That could be in any culture. It don't even matter. I remember they had a matter of fact. I wanted to see that they have that. Let me see. When I first started really researching, let me see. White man with black suit pretending to be black. Black fishing. The woman accused of pretending to be black. Now this man went far as building and having a suit, and it came down to here, the waist. And what he did is he went out and did bad. I'm not saying black folks ain't doing this to whites. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying what I saw. And he showed it on the he showed it on a video, and he took the suit off. He had went and did some corrupt things, and he people blame they're looking for the black man. You know, it's a lot of stuff going on here. What it says, a white man who pretended to be black. Telegraph. A white Texan writer called John Howard Griffin walked into a doctor's office in New Orleans. Let me see. And they want you to do all these trials and stuff. Um, oh, I can't get anywhere sign the newsletter. But yeah, now this one asked him to turn his skin color black. Asked doctors off in New Orleans asked him to turn his skin color black for whatever reason. Rachel Dozer, who pretended to be black, to charge with what is charged with welfare fraud. I was wondering whether your dad was really an African American man. Reporter asked. It's called blackfishing. Okay, so y'all think this ain't old stuff that they've been doing? We've been all been here before playing so many different roles. I just said that on my last video. Okay, thank you, Kenna. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just who you talking to, who you miss, you know what I'm saying? Who's in your life? This and black musician who pretended to be Indian. I mean, you don't know people bloodlines and what they doing and who they pretending to be. But if you don't take the time to know yourself, study these things. Astrology and all that stuff is here for a reason. Okay. I'm not gonna say everything is 100% accurate, but it's close enough for you to know the vibe. And then don't ignore your intuition. Like people can take a driver's license and pretend to be whoever all day long. But if they, okay, say for instance, you got somebody who a Taurus and they don't act like a Taurus. You feel that, but they birth certificate and everything says that. So you need to, if you any kind of way you feel any kind of different about somebody you're talking to, you need to get away from them. Because something ain't right. Your intuition telling you something ain't right. They lying. Why would you be around somebody you're suspicious of? Why would you be in a relationship like that? That's dumb. For what? Sex, money, and you don't know if that person gonna eat you. Could be a cannibalist. You don't know if that person gonna torture you. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that person might do. Wake up in the morning and you know what I'm saying? And then you having kids for this type of person. I met an older lady one time, very knowledgeable lady. She taught me a lot. She told me the truth too. And she said she was raped. And she said, I had the baby. She said, but I gave the baby up. She said, I don't know what kind of monster he was. She said, but I didn't want to have an abortion and kill the baby. I didn't believe in that. She said, but I had the baby. I don't know what the baby's doing now. She said, I hope he got in a new home, a good home, he or she, whatever. I forgot what she said, what it was. She said, but I don't know the bloodline of that person. I can't have that person's bloodline and that baby around me. Now, that's a choice she made. You know what I'm saying? And who could blame her? Who could blame her? I heard what she told me something and she really made sense. Now I was gullible. I was a lot of things hurt from childhood, trying to find myself. And she told me, she said she wanted me to join a certain type of religion, like a cult. And what I have learned about it through the years, I wasn't sure because I don't like being controlled. Besides of what was already happening, so she wanted me to be in that particular thing, and she told me, she said, "Baby, I'm gonna tell you something." She said, "You're nice looking, you kind of green, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna pump you with a whole bunch of babies." She said, "To keep you down. Their main agenda is to keep you down and in control. You don't know who you're gonna meet or who you meeting, that their bloodline is there to destroy you for whatever you have to present to the world." So she said, "I'm gonna leave you with that. You need to open your eyes and you need to see what's going on." And she did not lie to me because the partners I had agendas. She did not lie. Mhm. She lied. She told me the truth. So you have to, what I'm saying, really take the time and really study to see what's really going on. And who you dating, who in your life, family. The family that you're born in. It's a whole lot of reasons why. That they don't treat you right. That's supposed to be people that love you. Why would people that love you study put you down and make you feel like you are a stepson, or you're not even kin to them? So you got to question that as well. It's a certain way you need to put them in that box. You can't go back when you know that box wasn't right. And if they do apologize or whatever to you, you have to wait and see if they really changed. It takes time, because they didn't always almost destroyed your life. Why would you go back into the lines then again? People you got to really start thinking about stuff that's going on in this world. It's a lot of traps. Finding out what's going. I would rather find out who I am, why I came here. That's why I put on my other video I made, Soul. I put that on that one I just did. Who I am, why I came here, than to be around wondering and going through all these things all over and over and over again and not knowing who I am. If I'm supposed to be part of whatever group that corrupt, at least I know that. Do I have a choice to change that? I would like to know that. Am I part of those? Everybody keep talking about the 144,000. That's the only souls that are here. That's fallen angels or whatever from the creators. I want to know that so I know if I have to try to get back. I was just doing that on my last video about Sophia, and all that pertains to her, and she got a chance to go back. So they say now they got the Sophia robot. That was the first robot that was invented. Sophia name again. Okay, and I talk about that on the last video and finding out about that. What her role is in this world. Is it true or not? I'm still gonna find other research to see if that's true. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what else you got to do? You know, you trying to find out because you know where you at now. You know it's not right. So you know something deep in your gut is not supposed to be like this. When I was a little girl, I noticed. I was like, like I said many times, I noticed ain't supposed to be all this killing and prejudice and people scared and fearful and wars. And I'm still a little girl, 6 years old, talking to whoever. Where am I? You know. So I don't know if I was a fallen angel. Did I disrespect whoever? And I end up down here. Was I tricked in here? Then we got the Jesus ship, right? The ones who they say went pick up the people from Africa and brought them over here, which is a certain group they did. But was it deeper than that? You know what I'm saying? Was it a spaceship that went to different planets and got people off of it? Was it? I don't know. I would like to find out more information because I'm searching who I am. So if it's something simple that I could do to get me back to and where I'm supposed to be, is that what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't see nothing else that I'm supposed to be doing it because you can keep trying to get money to get rich, billionaire, zillionaire, but is that going to fulfill you? Are you happy in here? How many people going to come and keep coming at you, kidnapping your children, doing this, doing that, doing that. We got to protect them. I mean, I'm not saying what's wrong with money. Don't get me wrong, because I know in this 3D world we need that. But is that all you're supposed to be doing? Then they have it where they set up where you get old and you get sickly and you get die, and then they find you recycle and you come back and repeat. Is that all? Are we supposed to figure out that that's not all? You know, and we supposed to be going to another level. Because I mentioned in my last videos about the Jetsons, that we already played that role before. We would like the Jetsons, cars flying out of the air, because they show it. They wouldn't show them things if it haven't already started, already been done. So how do we get to the other dimensions? How do we get the world to go there? How do we? Is that what we're supposed to do, or is it those that elevating? You go there. I don't know. But it's interesting to find out, you know, what else is going on. And learning how to protect yourself and your family along the way by teaching them how to do that, and respecting their roles that they came here and they contract that they signed for the roles that they play. So protecting yourself from even your children. Because remember, they have their dad and mama's bloodline in them as well. And if you don't know their bloodline, your kids got half of that in you and half of them. If the dad or mom or whatever was abusive, the child has a tendency to do the same as well. If they was, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You know, it's just some things that we just have to really face and stop throwing things under the rug and figure out what we need to figure out. Everybody's different, or even a group that's the same. Your circle, your team. I don't know. Who did you come down here with? Who was your team? We don't even know that. You know, it's so many being born, because if it wasn't, why do they attack a certain age, a certain time, or a year that people are born? If y'all paying attention, certain time that people are. If you go, just go through history. The '60s was different. The '70s was different. You know, the people that were born, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like you just go through history and say, okay, so they had to go through this in this 10 years, and then this year they went through this. Then you come along and you find out a whole lot of them. You just have to go through and see this and that, and you start putting the pieces together. Of course you're going to have them forces coming at you, but if you know how to, the words to speak, what to do, the things to protect yourself, and that's not wrong. Some people think it's wrong. They start throwing away all their protection stuff. You just open yourself up. Just like when I used to go to church, and they always talk about getting a demon out of you. Then I went through that, and standing in the line and everything, and the preacher come over and put his hand on you or whatever. And one time I really thought, I was like, oh, well, I really felt it, and I passed out and stuff, and stuff. And I was like, this must be real, blah, blah, blah. Forgetting they got witchcraft too. They use, I'm not being disrespectful, y'all, I'm sorry. But then I start finding out and starting getting downloads who and what a demon is. That's, if you go back, I put that on the Capricorns video, the BES, which they claim to be the devil. And they did it from Pan and Net, and created what we see as Baphomet now, creating this. Come to find out, the BS from ancient times was a demon, deity demon, that protected children and protect the home. Prostitute used to put his picture of them by their genitals to make sure they didn't get sexually transmitted diseases. You know what I'm saying? What the clown mean? Anyway, so you know what I'm saying? So they didn't get sexually transmitted diseases. You know, so yeah, so it made me start really researching that, and come to find out that that's the part of you that protects you against people coming at you wrong. Okay, they come to your defense when you get angry and mad and you know you're right about something and somebody coming at you playing with you. That's when your demon side comes in and take control and take over for you and handle the situation. You know what I'm saying? So you have to research what's going on in your life. Now, if you're gonna be disrespectful, Kenna, I'm gonna have to erase you off of my channel because that's being very disrespectful, and you trying to sidetrack me. So you a demon that came in here, and we're gonna have to just take you out of here, right? See, that's a different kind. I'm not even gonna call you a demon because some of them are very respectful. Like I'm just talking about you. You're not even worthy to be that if you sitting up here doing this here. You know what I'm saying? So I wish you well. You know, and you have a great day. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, just trying to kind of notice your surroundings and notice what are things about yourself, and study you first before you can study anybody else, and that's all I'll be trying to say when I do the cards. It's like a warning or something to check out. Is it meant for you with what I'm saying? Is it not? Maybe it's somebody close to you that I'm reading for that you noticing they're going through this. Can you help them in some type of way? Something like that. Um, but yeah, the just finding things out. Find out things out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know if I want to do a. What else I had? See, I think I did the trend spectral transfer. Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave this for another video. Oh, oh, okay. Cause I was like, why you miss your army life? I'm curious. Yeah, I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to find out who people who really want to know what's going on, and researching for yourself and sharing. You know what I'm saying? I would like to have it sooner where we can talk back and forth. Hear each other's voice and hear talk. Back and forth. So why you miss your army life? I'm just curious. You feel like talking about it? Oh, oh, that's what you did, really? Interesting. That's something like I want to do. I want to. I make a lot. I find out about Mother Nature's stuff. Her plants and edibles and healing plants, and I'm transforming them into the real medicine, like it was before. Like it should be, without all the corrupt stuff. Putting it where the herbalists meet. What I'm saying, the modern day medicine. And I think that a doctor, if he can't help you, he should recommend you to a herbalist. You know, they should work together. But the way the money thing is so, people so greedy for their money till they don't even care. The majority of them don't even care about their patients. They'll just give them anything and then the patient end up with so many side effects and so many things wrong with them when there's a cure for everything. So that's yeah, something that I would like to go, you know, bongo walk. What is that? What is bongo walk? What is bongo walk? Oh, so what is healing in that? Oh, okay. Yoga walks that way. Lullaby and bear. I know certain music have certain frequencies where it help heal. So I'm thinking that's what you're talking about. Anyway, I said what I had to say, and I hope some whoever got something out of this. Thank you, Mr. Kenneth, for coming. Got something out of this, and I just wanted to say what I said. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you again for coming. Love y'all. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. You know, I would like likes in order to keep everything flowing, but my probation officer is keeping me down. What I finna say about that? Well, I don't know if they would, like peddler's license. Like doing odd jobs for a while, like line mowing, maybe picking up if you have a car or something, a truck, picking up things off the road, metal and stuff like that, and making you change that way, and antiques. People throw out old things, and you can always take them to antique shops, and they'll pay you to clean it up, really nice, and they'll buy it from you. That's a way to make you some money. And if you decide to go and get your license to open up your business, you can always go to the courthouse or oh, you from Scotland? I don't know what y'all do in Scotland. How whatever hustle you can do in Scotland, I'm pretty sure it is to get you some money and be able to go and pay for your license to get your business started and get a peddler's license to sell as you ride around. I think it lasts for maybe a day or 2 days. I don't know how that is to keep, instead of letting somebody keep you down, you got to think out the box. What's your sign? What's your birth sign? I mean, a zodiac sign. If you don't mind me asking, what's your zodiac sign? Leo. Okay. Do you sing, rap? Leo got a lot of talent. Draw, sell your paintings, sing, make some change, play an instrument. You're supposed to be in the limelight anyway, but I don't know your birth chart, so I don't know what your north node is. That shows what you're supposed to be doing now. It's good for you if you don't know anything about astrology. Go to www.astro.com and fill out all the information. It's going to show you a birth chart like this. I don't know if you know already about this, but the north node right here is what you're supposed to be doing in this time. And the opposite of that would be the south node, is what you did in the past life. So you're supposed to be on that, because my north node is in Leo. And whether I had to get out of my comfort zone, because I don't like being, I'm a private type person, you know. I don't really like being in the limelight, but it's a purpose. That's what I came here to do, and I can't help but do what I came here to do, because it's that time. So if you find out what your sign is, and then study what that sign is, like studying just Leo alone, what all Leos do. You know what I'm saying? Find out everything about yourself, then you'll know, and then start studying yourself, and you'll find out why you keep doing the things you do. You know, if you take the time, YouTube got so many people that's telling you about astrology. I would suggest what is his name? I want to say the right names. There's two that really helped me. A lot of them really helped me, but trying to figure out these two in particular. Uh, let me see. Fernando Prudhomme. He has a lot of good videos to help you out. And then we have what is his name? Say Flight Boss. What is his name? Oh man. Let me see if I can find this video. But they have really helped me uh, get to know more about myself. Oh, here you go, right here. His name Doelowda, Pilot Man. That's another one that could help, and find out more about yourself and what you need to do. Then they got, I mean, it's so many, but those two I can think of right off my head. Oh, and also Shira, a lady, Shera. She has two stations, Shira 7, but she has a lot of good things to look at as well, and they really helped me on this journey. To really see what's going on, in his life and how to do it. And then I was already in business. I already had my name, the magazine. I've been what I got now, the magazine I have. I mean, what my name is, and the creators told me to do that. And actually, the LIAS means Lord, I am somebody. And I got that from, I remember my dad, he was always wanting us to be school teachers and this and that, saying, be somebody, be somebody. And ran around many, many years trying to go to this school and become this and become that, and very uncomfortable until I had to realize that, wait a minute, I'm already somebody. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? When I was in my mom's stomach, I was somebody. So that's the Lord. My daddy's name was Lord. Lord, I am somebody. So now to figure out what's my role here. You know what I'm saying? Why I keep making these same mistakes, still on the journey, because every day they throw something at you and you get thrown off, and then you end up doing something you didn't want to do. Still fighting with those struggles, but I know more about myself now that I've been researching me, and by finding my birth chart and studying that one these called houses, one house at a time, and writing it down, making a notebook with nothing but me in there. You know what I'm saying? And then after I did that, I started figuring out my mom's role. I started asking her questions, about her life, because I didn't want to hold any grudges or anything like that, what she went through. So she started telling about her life. Then I see why she did the things in my life. You know what I'm saying? So, your dad. And then she told my dad had died when I was in the third grade, but she told me so much about him till I just kind of like start saying, oh, okay, like he dropped out in third grade. She had to drop out in eighth grade, you know? So I started seeing why they did the things they did. And that has nothing to do with me, but it affected my life. But now it's my turn to change that all around. And then my siblings, why y'all came at me like y'all did. Then I have to realize what their bloodline is, and what made them do the things that they did. And I know how to keep them away from me, which the creators did that. Until I get my head together, I go see them, I love them and hug them, whatever, and then it's not safe for me to be around at certain times, and it's time for me to go, you know. So it's just figuring stuff out, But I'm not gonna let anybody just hold me down. But it's so many ways that you can do a hustle. Like I said, I don't know what you can do over there in Scotland, but I'm pretty sure it's something. It's plenty of ways to make clean up somebody garage, whatever, to get you some change, to get you, get yourself to the next level. Don't never let nobody keep you down, because some people got that probation officer could be there to make sure you stay down. Program, you know what I'm saying? That could be one of the things that's challenging for you to get on your purpose. How hard do you want it? See, sometimes things are put in place to see how hard you're going to work for to get where you need to go. That also matters too, because you might have a big old role in this life, and you may not be doing it. Maybe you was going on another road that you shouldn't have been going down, so they had to stop you. So now you got to figure out, good. See, there you go. So don't worry about what that officer doing. Keep it cordial. You keep, follow the rules, but look at it like, okay, so he making me go and do what I came here to do. I got off track, so I'm getting back on track. Whether you was set up or what, I don't know the deal. You tell me, whatever it may be, hanging with the wrong crowds, whatever. But now you need to get on track, because you have a big role to play. Because they wouldn't interrupt you. Think about how many serial killers and all the rest of that get away with so much. They came here to play that role, of course, but you got stopped. So that means your role is more important. Whatever you're gonna do is more important than them. Like I say, study your birth chart. If you got Scorpio in there, that means you need to dig deep. You know, maybe you need to really forensic officer. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Something you need to dig deep in to find out what's needed for whatever you need to find out. So yeah, my mouth is getting dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and close, Mr. Kenneth. I'll probably do another video after a while. I want to start something else. I found that, you know. Okay, so that means that my son, he didn't understand. He found out a lot of stuff before I did. So that means that you can see things that others don't see. You know things that I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. That's why I say you need to study your chart. Capricorn, Scorpio, some Virgo, what else? Um, Pisces, stuff like that. Anyway, that means you're gifted with seeing things, and now you got to organize it. Okay, say for instance, forensic officer, children being missing. Because there's one lady, she could take a birth chart. She's a forensic officer. She could take a birth chart and get the map of where the child was kidnapped or taken, and she could put the birth chart over the neighborhood. Get a big, and she could tell the parents where the predator at, how the predator came in, where the child at. She saved their lives, or if they where they buried at. You know what I'm saying? So you here to dig deeper. You know what I'm saying? That's your role. If you got that, then you go deep. And a lot of people don't want to go deep. They're on surface. So you got to be careful with who you hang around with, because they'll start calling you all kind of names. And the doctors, the medical field, they make money off of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So of course they're gonna tell you something wrong. Because it's a game. It's a chess game. It's a money making thing. Or what you mean off of probation? Well, now see, now the drinking. Are you drinking because of who you are, or is it a something that you got from inherited from your bloodline? You know what I'm saying? From family. Are they heavy drinkers? Did they start you off as a child? You know what I'm saying? So you got to figure that out. Why you drink so much, and why is it getting you in trouble? Why is it holding you back? See, that's something you got to figure out for yourself. You got to ask yourself some questions. Why do I do that? Why am I self sabotaging myself? You know, so those things are your responsibility. So if you're ashamed of your gifts, and or either you don't want to see things or you don't want to do that. You need to talk to them. I talk to them. What do you want? Why are you here? You know, why are you bothering me? Is you sent from the government? Is you sent for somebody? I see them. My third. I be laying on the couch. I had Martians come. What? I'm not saying I don't. I'm trying to lean against the alien thing. Now that I know different other things, but I've seen different things come in, and they wondering how I'm seeing them come in my space, and I don't appreciate people coming into my space unless you come in here to help me. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like when I do hear things, it's like my ancestors, something like, okay, you left the fire on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you need to go check this. Like one night I got up at 3:33 in the morning. They talking about the witching hour. They got me up that I had a Himalayan sea salt lamp that was like going out, but it was so hot that it was burning the wall and while it caught on fire. You know what I'm saying? So they warning me. So go check your windows. If you got kids, go check the kids' rooms. You might have stuff bothering your children, you know. So they help me now, you know. So I'm determining who doing what when they come into my space, because we all work here. The spiritual and the physical works together, but they don't want you to know that. Oh, really? Hmm. So they wasting their time because you see that a mile away. That is so crazy. Wow. Yeah, they try to do that to me too, and I see it, and it's so sad because the ones that's doing it they lost, and it's like, but return the sender. What can I don't even have to. My, I beg people, please don't come at me because you don't know my bloodline. I don't even have to take care of nothing because my family gonna take care of it. That's gone. They gonna take my from the beginning. I talk to them and and they gonna take care of it and they ain't gonna like it the way they take care of it. You know, and I try to tell them out, please don't do it. You know, and they do, and then something bad, and it's not on me because I wasn't bothering you. You decide to be jealous or whatever you did to come at me, whatever type of way, and they gonna handle it. I ain't got to do nothing but return the sender. You know what I'm saying? I rebuke you, but my family who good and bad, you have families that was treacherous. You know what I'm saying? That's deceit and gone, and they like handling shit like that. You know, so I just let them handle it, and however they need to handle it, fighting, battling with your ancestors, and I don't know if yours gonna win. So that's that. People do be trying some stuff, but it's so easy to see. Yeah, you see it. They messing with the wrong person. You see all of that ahead of time. You are warned. Very high favorite. That's why you need to learn your. And I don't know if you do. And being from Scotland, baby, that's where a lot of stuff come from and originated too. And they was over here in America, and they still here. Bloodline of the whole 9 yards. So yeah, they messing with the wrong somebody. But you already on your way. You already know what you got to do. You know, you're doing your thing, and find out as you go, find out more about yourself and keep it moving. Because whoever doing this, eventually, I don't think they really want to mess with your bloodline like that. Because I'm pretty sure they probably have a whole lot of bad things happening to them. And you trying to be nice to them because you see that they're a nice person, but an entity or something might be having them come against you like that. You know, and that's sad on their part. It's really sad, but there's nothing you can do about it. But you have to protect yourself. That's just point blank period. Whether they're nice or not, they still letting whoever use them to come at you, and that's not your problem anymore. You know, there's nothing you can do about that. But protect yourself. Let your ancestors or whoever you believe in take care of that. Well, Mr. Kenneth, let me go because I ain't ate no breakfast, and it's 1 something to eat. What time is it over there? I would love to visit that one day too. That's what I want to do. I want to just travel. I want to be able to live comfortably wherever I go and just travel and just find different plants and figure out how to help people and find the water that's pure and cure people and tell people about it and stuff like that, but protect it because that's a big money making thing, and I know they're gonna come at me all kind of ways. Oh, okay, whoa, at night or in the morning? Yeah, it's 1:38 p.m. over here. Yeah, but I'm gonna talk to you later, Mr. Kenna. You welcome to come back at any time. And check out why you drink so much. You know what I'm saying? Why? Don't be scared of your gifts. Just organize it. You know what I'm saying? Organize that stuff. They're coming in your space. What do you want? You have no right unless you coming to help me. You know what I'm saying? All right. Fill out your bloodline and why that's happening. It's just your people from ancient times. Is that them trying to help you? Don't be scared of that. Just figure it out. Oh, nighttime. Okay. All right, Mr. Kenneth. I'm gonna talk to you later. You have a good night, and I'm gonna go and eat me something. All right. Love you. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thanks for the like. All right. Bye.